Hello everyone, so I've been watching Adventure Time a lot recently, and as crazy as it may seem, I never watched it when I was a kid. So I'm doing it now and I'm in love with this show. So for today's video, let's draw some characters from Adventure Time. I'm gonna start with Prince Gumball. I forgot to record my screen when I was drawing him, but luckily Clip Studio has a time-lapse feature that recorded everything, so I'm just gonna put it here in my workspace and pretend I didn't forget to record it. Oh, and by the way, I'm still recovering from a cold, so if you notice anything different in my voice, it's because of that. Anyways, I know Prince Gumball isn't a very obvious choice of character to start since we have others like Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. But the thing is that I recently watched that one episode where Fiona and Cake appears for the first time when the Ice King reads his version of the story for us, and it was very fun to see the original characters swapped like that. And when I saw Prince Gumball, I really wanted to draw him. At first I was just gonna make a quick fan art of him for fun, but then I remembered that he's in the recent Fiona and Cake series with Marshall Lee. And I love so much that version of him that I also wanted to draw him too. So I thought, well, why don't I make a video about that? And here we are. For this drawing, I started sketching as I usually do, and since the beginning I wanted to try to paint it blocking the colors without using lines. This is something I've been experimenting in some drawings, and I wanted to try it in this one because I wanted to give it a softer look and also challenge myself a little bit. I remembered I have these lollipop earrings and I thought it would fit the characters, so I drew some heart-shaped lollipops for him as earrings too. And I also changed a little bit his outfit. To finish it, I got these really cool raked brushes that helped me a lot when making the textures for the drawing. I used them a lot on his hair, clothes, and to paint the background. And with that, our first character is done. Let's move on to the next one. I haven't watched Fiona and Cake yet, but as I said, I loved how they made Marshall Lee in the series, and since I drew Prince Gumball, I decided to draw him next because from what I saw, they are boyfriends and also very cute. I started as always drawing my sketch. I used the original pencil brush that comes with Clip Studio for this. I decided to draw him with a lot of piercings because I think it fits him and also because I love piercings. I also drew his guitar case in the back. Okay, so now for the colors, I started with the flats and wanted to render him a little more than the previous drawing. I spent some time figuring out how to do that, but after a while, staring at the reference and trying things out, I slowly started to make some progress. Then it was time to paint his jacket. I tried to keep the shapes simple but cool to look at, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh, and I'm using those rake brushes again for some texture. They're really fun to experiment with, and I'll be using them in the last drawing too. Halfway through the drawing, I started thinking about some concept for it, and I realized I wanted to make it look like he's a rock star in the cover of a magazine. I made a simple background and later started working on the content that would be in that page. I put his name right above, the date, a cool phrase in the middle, and some information below, which I wrote new music, relationships, referring to Prince Gumball of course, and Nightosphere tour. And then I searched for some texture to add to the composition. And here's our second drawing. Now it's time for the last character, which is Finn. I didn't want to keep the main character out of this video, so I decided to draw Finn for the last one. But it's not only that, I also think he's really cool. The more I watch the series, the more I like him. I love how silly and kind he is, and I was excited to draw him too. So we're starting with a basic sketch again. I thought about giving him a long hair, but decided to stick with the short one. I really like his expression here. I also drew his Demon Blood sword in the back because I really liked his sword, and I also wanted to have other elements that reference the character. Then I started adding some colors, and I love how the skin looks in here. I wanted to make this drawing very colorful, so I painted his hair with a very saturated yellow, and I wanted to use some saturated blue in the background too, but that's for later. I added some more flat colors and started rendering it. I tried to make something a little different with his hair by painting some hard shapes and highlights, and I liked how it turned out. And for the background, I just made some kind of explosion using very vibrant colors. There's not much to it actually. I just wanted to have the opportunity to use these colors in the composition. So here's our third and last character of the video. It was really fun to draw these characters. I think Marshall Lee was my favorite one out of the three of them. Let me know if you guys want me to do a part 2 drawing some more characters, and tell me which one was your favorite too. I hope you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye!